Hello, darling. You seem a little tight, a little anxious. You need to loosen up a little bit. You want me to loosen you up? Okay, don't be gross. All right, one sec. Let me look through my toolkit. Here we go. All right, here we go. There. How do you feel? You feel all right? Good. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my second channel. Today, we are reading Best of Redditor updates. We're reading more updates because you guys seem to like the last one, so we're going to be doing that again. I'm excited. Let's get into it. Am I the a-hole for telling my sister not to announce her pregnancy at my wedding because I was going to announce mine, but she did it anyway? Okay. I, 29 female, got married 3 months ago to my amazing husband, 31 male. Congrats, queen. It was supposed to be one of the happiest days of my life, but my sister, 32 female, managed to overshadow it in a way that I can't seem to move past. A little background. My husband and I have been trying for a baby for a while, and when we finally got that positive test, we were over the moon. Congratulations, that's so exciting. We decided we would share the news with our family and friends at our wedding reception. Nothing crazy, just a small, heartfelt moment during the speeches. Only my parents and maid of honor knew about this plan. Oh, that's really sweet. I like that a lot. Okay, a few weeks before the wedding, my sister pulled me aside to tell me she was pregnant. I was genuinely happy for her, and we had a sweet moment together. Then she casually mentioned that she was planning to announce it at my wedding. Listen, with you not being pregnant, or with you not planning on doing yours, like even without you being pregnant and planning to do yours, her to just say that, I guess she's not asking, it seems, which is crazy to me. Anyway, I need to read through this. Before I jump to conclusions. All right. I was shocked and told her as kindly as I could that I would prefer she didn't. You can say she can't because it's your wedding, but okay. I even explained why, because I was also pregnant and planning to share the news that day. I asked if she could wait just a little longer so the day could stay focused on the wedding. She seemed a bit annoyed, but didn't argue much, so I thought that was the end of it. Well, fast forward to the reception, and guess what? Right after the speeches, she stands up, clinks her glass, and announces her pregnancy. What? Oh, I feel bad calling a pregnant woman a bitch. I don't know why. I feel like it's wrong, but that's kind of a bitch move. The whole room erupts in cheers, and suddenly my wedding turns into her pregnancy celebration. I was stunned. I didn't even get the chance to share my own news because it felt like I'd just be trying to one-up her. That's so awful. Later, when I confronted her, she acted like I was overreacting, and she said she couldn't keep it in anymore. When I told her how hurt I was, she said I was selfish for wanting to control when people share their happiness. My parents think she was out of line, but are telling me to let it go for the sake of family peace. But I can't seem to move on. Every time I think about my wedding, I feel this bitter pit in my stomach because she took away a moment that was special for me. She, on the other hand, thinks I'm being dramatic and says I should be happy for her instead of making everything about myself. So am I the asshole for not letting this go? No. What? No. She is selfish. That is so selfish and mean. That's like mean girl stuff. And for your own sister to do that, I'm so sorry. That's terrible. I mean, yeah, it should be happy. Like you're pregnant with your sister. That's like, I feel like that would be so fun and so happy. And there was so a way in which this could have all worked out perfectly, you know? Like you have your wedding, you announce your pregnancy, and then, you know, the day after, while most people are probably still in town, maybe she can announce it then or have it on her own time. It's not, she can't use your wedding for this kind of stuff. I hate it when people are like, I'm gonna get engaged at this person's wedding, and then they just don't tell the bride. Like, at least she told you, but you said no, and she also didn't ask you. It seemed like she just told you she was gonna do it, which I don't like at all. She sounds quite entitled, so I don't think you're the asshole at all, but let's read comments. Not the asshole. I wouldn't move on. Every time she says you're making it about yourself, tell her since it was your wedding, it should have been about you. She's being the dramatic one that had to draw the attention to herself. If your mother tells you to let it go for the sake of the family, I'd tell her since that's not your sister's priority, why should it be yours? Based. Frankly, I just cut her off. Who needs someone like that in their life? Everyone on Reddit's always so quick to be like, divorce them. I like it, but I don't know if I'd go as far to cut them off, but maybe, I don't know. Is this the straw that broke the camel's back? I want to cut her off, but that means going low contact with my family. And that's tough. That's a lot to ask, you know? Update! Hi again, Reddit. First of all, thank you for the overwhelming support and validation. It really helps me feel a lot less crazy. So a few people asked for an update, and well, things got petty.
me. I love petty stuff when it doesn't have to do with me.
I'll admit it, I'm not proud of all of it, but I'm also not sorry. After the wedding drama, my relationship with my sister was icy at best. She kept acting like I was just being hormonal and selfish, and every time we spoke, she somehow turned herself into the victim. Victim complex. I finally decided if she thought I was selfish and dramatic, I might as well lean in just a little.
Okay, let's do it.
A month later, my husband and I had a gender reveal party. Low-key, just family and a few close friends. We did not invite my sister. She found out through a cousin's Instagram post and texted me something snarky like, "Wow, guess I'm not family now?" And I replied, "Well, I didn't want to risk you announcing something again and stealing the spotlight. Fair, right?"
Yes!
It sucks at the same time, not being able to have your sister there. But anyway, the real revenge came at our baby shower. Oh, that's not it. Okay. All right. I had custom cookies made that said, "We waited our turn." One of the decorations was a sign that said, "One special day deserves its own celebration." A few people laughed, a few looked uncomfortable, but I saw my sister read the cookie and go very quiet. She asked if the cookie was about her. I told her, "If the shoe fits," and walked away. Oh my God, it's like a movie. Now she's telling the family I'm the one being dramatic and petty. Ironic, no? But honestly, I don't care. I didn't ruin her wedding. She ruined mine. She can sit with that for a while. Also, my baby is due a week before hers. Guess who's going to be very publicly posting baby pics right as she's going into labor? Not saying I'll be timing it, but I'm not saying that either. Thanks again, Reddit. Sometimes petty justice is the only justice. Okay, all right. Listen, I love a little petty justice, but I don't know. I think you had your moment at the baby shower, and you know what? You're allowed to do whatever you want. If you want to post the baby pictures while she's in labor, whatever. I mean, you can. But I think at what point does it stop? At what point do you stop being at war with your sister? Stop rubbing in the salt. I'm a kill 'em with kindness kind of person. I think that gets you further in life, but
I love a little petty revenge too.
I don't know, but let's see what the comments said on that one. The thing is, I get that you are surrounded by family at your sibling's wedding. I can see it making sense that you would share good news about yourself, like you got accepted to Harvard Law, but only about a third of the guests are your family. Another third are probably your sibling's spouse's family, and they don't give a shit about you and your baby. And another third of your friends of your siblings and their spouse, who likely have only heard of you in passing. Yeah, that's true too. Then what about your spouse's partner's family? They're not there. True. They miss out on the announcement because you want the spotlight. It's not only thoughtless and inconsiderate of the people who are actually getting married, but it's thoughtless and inconsiderate of anyone who isn't your direct family or friend who is there, and all of your family and friends who aren't there. Yeah, it's like, it doesn't even totally make sense because half of the people aren't there, most likely. Like, the sister's husband's family's not there. Yeah, weird. Oh God, I want to hear about the birthing competition that's sure to be coming up, LOL. But Doc, I need to be induced this week. Why? I just do. You wouldn't understand. Yeah, see, this is the only thing, is that like, is your entire life just gonna become a competition with your sister with like big things that happen? That's not fun. But I don't know. The cookies were funny. The cookies were kind of funny. Okay, and the sign, kind of funny. And I think she deserved the non-invite as well. Totally. But yeah. Thank you for this. Let's move on. Am I the bitch? Bastard? I don't know what B is. Okay. For not letting my boyfriend be the hero while we were getting mugged at knife point. Okay, I smell misogyny. Let's get into it. My boyfriend is a big hero fanatic and does everything in his power to be like one. It's really endearing, and it's one of the many things I love about him, because he wants to be the good he wishes to see in the world. This guy's like Batman. I like that. Okay. But this mindset he has is why we are fighting right now. We've been quarantining at my apartment. He's not on the lease, and he suggested we go out on a night walk since we've been getting stir crazy from being inside all day. He figured that it'd be better for social distancing to go out at night during COVID. I was hesitant because we live in a bad neighborhood, but he assured me he'd protect me. On our walk, we were cornered by a man with a knife that demanded our wallets. I remembered John Mulaney's Street Smarts. I know that one too. I know that bit. And was going to throw my wallet past the mugger so we could run away, but my boyfriend started arguing with him and was spouting off a bunch of stuff about justice and how the mugger wouldn't get away with this. It looked like he was getting ready to fight.
Oh God, yeah, no.
There's just no point. I'm under the, and maybe it's just because I'm a woman, but I'm just like, take the wallet. I only have one life. I can get another wallet and I can cancel my cards. Jeez. Okay. Yeah, this is scary. This is scary though, you know? I was taken aback by this, and I guess the mugger was too, because it gave me enough time to take the important stuff out of my wallet while he was distracted.
Nice.
I interrupted my boyfriend's monologue and said, take it, just don't hurt us, and threw it behind the guy. When he turned, I grabbed my boyfriend's hand and we booked it back to the apartment. Very smart, queen. We got home safely and I was relieved that we were okay, but my boyfriend was fuming. He was pissed that I interrupted him for protecting me when he could have, in his words, clearly handled himself. I told him he could have gotten himself killed. He said he was obviously stronger than the mugger and would have won.
The mugger had a knife.
I explained to him that the guy had a weapon and my boyfriend didn't, so the odds were stacked against him. Not only that, but I didn't want my boyfriend to get killed over a damn wallet.
Fair enough.
We argued for longer than necessary, so I shut it down and told him we could talk about it when our adrenaline wasn't so high. Again, very smart. She sounds very reasonable. But I needed to file a police report while the event was fresh. Again, very smart, very reasonable. He stomped off to our room while I called the cops. When I was off the phone, I went to lay with him, but he rolled away from me. Oh, what a little boy. My gosh. The next day, he was still angry and had already told his friends and family about what had happened to us. I thought they would be understanding about how I handled it, but they were mad at me for not letting him have his opportunity to be a hero. This guy's gonna get himself killed. Who is this guy? His mom even ridiculed me for emasculating him. Now I understand. He's a little mama's boy, mama's little hero. I want to reopen the conversation so we can understand each other and move past it, but if he isn't receptive, I'm going to ask him to move back in with his mom. I want to understand where I went wrong, if I went wrong, but honestly, I feel like he's being childish and unreasonable. I just want to know, am I the bitch or is he? From the information you gave me, and it's so difficult in those periods because your adrenaline is so high and you're like, what's the best thing to do? You're in fight or flight, complete survival mode. And maybe that's his survival mode, is to be, all macho and like, oh, I can take him. And you know, being a woman, we kind of have to be a little bit more savvy because usually we're gonna be most of the time weaker than a man. I know there's some muscle mommies out there that can take on a man, and I see you, queen, okay? And I would like to think I could take on a man. But if I could get out of a situation where I need to be at a physical altercation and potentially get hurt, I'm gonna do that. And if that's by doing what she did, which was very smart, and throwing the wallet and getting away, I think that's very, very smart. But let's see what the comments said. Tell fucking Justice League over there. He's like, Batman, that life isn't a movie and that anyone who fights someone who has a knife are guaranteed 100% going to get cut regardless of if he trains Krav Maga or how many Marvel movies he's seen. Yeah, I told him 100 times that a fist wouldn't win against a fight, but he won't hear it. I don't understand how the people in his life encourage this. He could have died. Yeah. Send it back to his mother's to sulk there because that's what he is doing, sulking. He insisted on going on a walk in a bad neighborhood at night, knowing the chances of something bad happening were high. He put you at risk. His response is childish and pathetic. How do you know that it was a real mugger or not a setup to prove to you how hero-like he could be? Yeah, it's almost like, why would you go out at night if you knew that it was really dangerous? Like, were you looking for danger? Are you truly trying to be Batman? I think he is. Update. So, he called me last night and I answered. He asked if I was okay and how I was doing. Then he asked if he could come over and I said he could. I planned on bringing everything up, again, myself, because he had been very passive aggressive and refusing to talk about it. But when he showed up, he immediately started apologizing. Okay, hero, you're being a hero now. Good for you. Everything you guys pointed out, he started agreeing with. He was saying that he was being delusional, unrealistic, the whole hero fantasy isn't healthy, he jeopardized my safety, and that wasn't okay, etc. I wasn't prepared for this behavior, especially compared to how he'd been acting all week. Okay, growth king, I love this. We talked for hours before we went to bed together and everything seemed like it would work out fine. Oh no, okay. I was really on the verge of ending things, so it was a relief I didn't have to in the moment. Then this morning came and shit hit the fan. Oh man, I thought it was gonna be a happy ending. Okay. In my comment update on the last post, I mentioned that a friend was trying to mediate. I texted that friend that things worked out and they said something along the lines of, I'm so glad you were able to apologize. Some people mentioned that maybe he told a different story, which isn't something I looked into, but I decided to ask. And woo boy, I'm glad I did. Oh no. Yep, he's trying to still be the hero and lying to people, I'm guessing. We'll see. Firstly, he told everyone the walk was my idea. Oh shit. Then apparently we were never mugged. Oh, so he's a pathological, crazy hero liar. Okay. Nope. Apparently, I started talking shit to a stranger on the street in an attempt to make him show he was a strong man and protect me. And the only reason we were able to get away was because he de-escalated the situation. And that it was emasculating because he was put in a position where he felt like he was forced to fight for my honor. Oh, what a piece of shit. To make a long story short, he tried to play dumb and backpedal this morning when I confronted him about it. And then when I pressed him to be honest, he snapped again and said, "What was I supposed to say? The whole situation was embarrassing and it was going to make me look bad."
Where's my mommy?
We argued for a bit, but I was just done. I told him to go and that it wasn't gonna work. He didn't have much stuff, so it was easy to put in a spare grocery bag, just toss at him while he angrily left. He's currently outside my complex waiting for mommy to pick him up. That's so funny. As far as I'm concerned, I dodged a bullet. F his friends, f his mom, and f him. Thank you for opening my eyes, Reddit. I'm there for you, queen. Oh my gosh. Wow. Yeah, no, you're totally in the right. That's actually insane. This person's actually, like, delusional. Like, he is delusional. Let's see what the people said. Oh man, this guy is insane. Glad the truth came out immediately and that OOP kicked his pathetic behind to the curb. I do wonder how he will try and spin the dumping to his friends. He is surely the hero and she's the bad guy somehow. Oh yeah, I don't even want to know what he's gonna say. You know, she came at me with a knife and I had to run away and I grabbed a plastic bag and I put all my stuff in it and I don't know what to do, you know, and shut up. The fact that he lied and completely flipped the script tells you he knew his adversarial behavior was wrong and extremely dangerous. Super glad the OP ended the relationship. Yeah, literally anyone trained in any form of combat will tell you that the only fights you win are the ones you avoid entirely. Exactly. Combat is last resort. And if your opponent is armed while you aren't, that's a death wish. And carrying your own weapon when you're only self-taught or God forbid relying on that dog in you, may as well hand it to the other guy and ask him to make it quick. I can't stand people like the ex. They're fucking idiots and they themselves killed. Absolutely. I totally agree. Just be responsible. Just always try to get out of the fight in any way and just make sure that the most important thing is you. You know, things don't matter. You can replace things. You're important. Am I the asshole for freaking out on my boyfriend after he and his friends ate the cake I made for his friend's birthday? Okay, let's see. I, 19 female, have been with my boyfriend, 22 male, let's call him Jonah, for 5 years, and we have a 4-year-old, Anna. He's a good dad, don't get me wrong. He loves our kid, plays with her, and helps out when it's his turn for the most part. But sometimes it feels like he just does what he wants, and I'm the only one who actually has to be the responsible adult in this situation. Like, I don't care that he still hangs out with his friends. I do too when I have the time and want him to have fun or whatever. But when they come over, they get way too rowdy. They'll be drinking, blasting music, smoking, weed, not cigarettes, but still, I don't want that around my kid, and just being loud. I've told him a million times that it's not the kind of energy I want our daughter to be around, and he just acts like I'm being uptight. Oh. So when I know he's having a chill night with them, I usually just take Anna to my parents so she doesn't have to deal with it. This time, I was actually excited to get out of the house for another reason. My friend's birthday party. She's been talking about the specific cake for months. A chocolate cheesecake stuffed with sheet cake, which by the way, took me forever to get right, so we agreed I'd make it for her birthday. I was so happy with how it turned out. Oh my god, I already hate him. I like baking so much, I already hate him. Baking's one of the few things I got in between taking care of Anna and online school, so I got really happy and proud about it when I get to do it. Whether it's just for fun or for someone else. Same. Oh, I love baking. I spent hours making this cake. It was perfect. Before I left my parents' house, I made it very, very clear to my boyfriend, do not touch this cake. It's for insert friend's name. He kind of laughed and went, yeah, okay, babe. Like I was being weird for even saying it. Oh. I'm scared. I know he's gonna eat the cake because of the title, but I really don't want him to eat it. I come back the next morning to grab the cake and half of it is gone. Okay. Like a whole side of it just destroyed. I did have the thought maybe he would have cut himself a little piece, which would have still pissed me off, but whatever. But no, his friends got into it too. Like they're rabid raccoons? Are these people not people? I asked him what the hell happened, and Jonah just shrugged and told me that they had the munchies. Oh god. Like that was some valid excuse. I was so mad. I told him I spent hours on it, that it was literally my best friend's birthday cake, and that I had specifically told him not to touch it. And he had the audacity to go, babe, it's just some cake. Why are you acting like this? Okay, I'm gonna be like Redditors, divorce him. Like, I don't know. Maybe because I put so much effort into it and now I have nothing to bring to my friend's party. He kept going on about how I was blowing shit out of proportion and how I could just make another one. I could make another husband. How about that? How about that? As if I even have time to do that and for it to be ready for the party. We kept arguing about it until he rolled his eyes at me and told me if I was gonna act like this over a cake, then I could stay with my parents. So yeah, he kicked me out. Just stay away. Just don't go back. Grab your daughter, grab the other half of the cake, go. Just go. I barely had time to grab my things and our daughter because he was practically shooing me out of the door and leave. Now I'm back at my parents' house feeling so stupid for even being surprised. And of course, now Jonah's texting me acting all confused like he never did anything. He just says, I just needed space to cool down. And I didn't mean for you to actually leave. Bitch, what? First of all, why didn't you leave? Like the husband? If you need to cool down, you don't kick people out of the home, especially the mother and the daughter when they're the ones in the right. Oh my God. I felt pretty justified until my mom told me basically that I need to let go of things like this and not overreact so much over mistakes. My mom is usually right when she tells me these things like this. I feel like we're missing what this relationship is like, but I don't think I need it. It feels pretty clear as day that he just doesn't care what she thinks or what she says or what she does. She's just kind of existing around him, it seems, which is so sad. Leave him and make sure to get child support. You and your daughter deserve better than him. Exactly, Reddit update. Hi again, it's been about 3 weeks since my original post. So yeah, a lot has happened since I posted. I didn't expect this many people to even read it, let alone support me the way y'all did. First off, thank you, seriously. It made me realize I wasn't as crazy or overdramatic as some people kept trying to make me feel. Me and Anna are staying with my friend. She's been amazing, helping with Anna, giving me place to crash, and making a part of her living room into a little area for my online school. What a good friend, that's so sweet. I've been applying to part-time jobs, cares, bakeries, whatever I can get, and one place actually seemed really interested, so fingers crossed. Sadly, the shit did get messier though. A week ago, I found out Jonah's been cheating on me. I was gonna say that. I swear, I was gonna say that when he kicked her out, like it was nothing. I was like, That's not somebody that is needing their partner, cares, you know? I don't know. I literally was thinking that, and I'm so sorry. One of his friends, who honestly always seemed more decent than the rest, DM'd me out of nowhere and basically said, I deserve to know, because Jonah was bragging about messing around with some girl he met at a party weeks ago. I didn't even have to ask for proof. He sent screenshots of their texts and a photo of them together. Perfect. Put it in an album, send it to the lawyer. I was still trying to process that when Jonah showed up at my friend's place. Oh, there's so much. Okay, I didn't tell him to come. I hadn't answered any of his texts, and I definitely didn't say he could just roll up. I was outside with Anna on the porch, letting her ride her scooter for a bit while I kept an eye on her. He pulled up, got out of the car, already yelling, accusing me of trying to take his daughter away from him and trying to ruin his life. I told him to leave and kept my voice calm because Anna was right there, but he kept pushing and getting louder and more aggressive. Turn on your voice memo on your phone, record this piece of shit. I told him I knew about the cheating because his friend told me when he tried to go off about me not being loyal. Classic cheater move, just deflecting. And that's when he lost it completely. He got in my face, called me a bunch of names I'm not repeating here, and then slapped me hard. Honey, I am so sorry. I fell back but managed to catch myself with my arms before I hit the steps. I didn't hit my head, but I landed weird and immediately felt the worst pain in my wrist. Then, while I was still on the ground, he spat on me right in front of our daughter. Okay. What's his address? This is so incredibly sad. And what's even more sad is that this is just so common. And I'm so incredibly sorry. Anna started crying and ran toward me. I grabbed her with my good arm and rushed inside. My friend was already calling the cops when I told her and what happened. Jonah took off before they got there. I went to urgent care that night. My right wrist is fractured and in a brace now. The doctor said it should heal okay, but it still hurts like hell and makes everything harder. School, job, apps, parenting. I'm working with a lawyer I mentioned before and filing for a protective order. Good. I'm glad. I'm pressing charges. Good. I never thought I'd be in this kind of situation, but I'm not letting it slide. Not when he did that in front of our kid. I mean, in front of your kid at all. My gosh. Anna hasn't been asking for him much, which honestly surprised me. She's been sticking close to me and my friend. She's asks questions sometimes, but not about seeing him, more like, we're safe here, right? So sad. But you're being a really good mama. Good job. And yeah, it hurts my heart, but makes me feel like I'm doing something right. You are. My mom still keeps saying stuff like, he's still her father, and warning me not to make things worse despite me telling her what happened. But I'm done listening to that. Your mom sucks. Like a lot. She's kind of an asshole too. My God. I tried to keep the peace. I stayed quiet for so long, but not anymore. My dad's been trying to stay neutral between us, but he's been checking in on me a lot and helping with rides and stuff. I can tell he's more on my side, even if he's trying not to make it a thing between him and my mom. Thanks again to everyone who helped me feel sane through this. I really needed that. I'll update again when something changes, hopefully for the better. I'm so sorry about your parents. If I told my father or mother that a man I was seeing, the father of my child, hurt me physically, mentally, he wouldn't be here anymore. I shouldn't say that. No, it's true. Anyway, let's see what the commenter said. Your mother's idiot. Yeah, your mother's a fucking idiot, and I'm very sorry someone as young as you is going through this. Continue to press charges no matter what others say. Get that restraining order for you and your kid. God only knows if he'll ever hit her. I wish you the best, and I wish you peace. Oh, and then somebody else said, and please don't leave Anna alone with your parents. Your mother isn't accepting your boundaries and may try to force you to see him by taking your daughter over there. Wait, OP's comment said, I think my mom told him or he tracked my location somehow. So it's literally because of the mom that he did those things. I mean, obviously it's his fault, but like, that's assisting, you know? And I mean, maybe she didn't know that he was like that, but still. OP needs to let her mother know if she keeps acting this way, her daughter won't have a grandmother either. Absolutely. And no, this guy isn't his daughter's father anymore. Absolutely. The minute you physically attack your child's other parent, you don't have the right to that kid anymore. And the fact that he did it in front of the kid makes that especially true. He can pay that child support and never see her again. Fuck him. Yeah. I agree. The way that kid didn't care about not seeing the dad and asking if they're safe, he's attacked more than her other parent. Yeah, absolutely. It's probably like some sort of pattern. So yeah, I'm just so glad that you are out of there now and that you're taking care of business, taking care of your daughter like a boss. You're doing a great job. Oh my gosh. And anybody else out there, you know, dealing with anything like this. I mean, like, I don't know about talking about it and talking about it in the comments, but hopefully you find the strength to leave, you know, and I know that's easier said than done most times, but it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking to hear about, and I'm really proud of this woman. I think that's amazing that she got out of there. But that is the end of the video. Let me know if you want to see any other Reddit videos. Let me know if there's any other subreddits you want me to read. I appreciate you guys. Stay safe out there, please, okay? Street smarts. Never try to fight someone if you can get away with your brain and your body intact. Just get away. Phew! This one was more intense than I thought it would be. But appreciate you. I love you. I'll see you later, okay?